certain number of capsules were purchased for 216. 3 more capsules could have been purchased in the same amount if each capsule was cheaper by 6 rupees. What was the number of capsules purchased? Sound. Resound vastundaya. Right. Method we choose depends on your question. You are asked to calculate number of capsules. Other question can be, what is the price of capsule? Okay, right. As you are asked about number of capsules, see, total amount is 216. We are using 216 in two different cases. Your question is about how many capsules were there. What is other case? No. See, with actual price you are asked to calculate how many capsules you will get. Okay. The other case is when 6 rupees got reduced, then you will get 3 more capsules. Yes or no? So, if your number of capsules are X, in second case you will get 6 more, that is X plus 6, correct? Now, if you divide your 216 with X capsules, you will get original price. If you divide 216 with X plus 6, you will get price of capsule in second case, which is cheaper by how many rupees? Difference is how much? Price difference? 3 rupees. You understand? 6 rupees annadi. Okay. 3 more capsules when you reduce 6 rupees, right. So, if you divide 216 with X plus 3, meaning you are getting X plus 3 capsules where price reduces by 6 rupees. So, difference is equal to 6. One way is you can solve the equation and get the value of X. The other way is just use options. What is your first option? Come on. See, 216 by 12 in the sense how much? 18. 18. Where X is equal to 12. X plus 3 in the sense 15, which is not possible. Yes or no? Right. Next. What is second option? 8. 8 plus 3 is 216 divisible by 11. See, where X and X plus 3 both should be factors of 216. Am I right? So, second option is not at all possible. Third option, 6. 216 by 6, how much is that? 36, that is 6 cube, right? 36. And 216 by 6 plus 3, that is 9. 9 2 times 18 and then 4 times. Is that equal to 6? Is the difference is equal to 6? Which is not possible. Next, fourth option, 9. 216 by 9, just now we did it. How much? 24. And this becomes 216 by 12. How much is that? 18. Is the difference equal to 6? Yes. Now, look at this. If I am using this particular step, 216 by X minus 6 minus 216 by X, that is equal to 3. When are you supposed to use this particular step? Yes, when you are asked to calculate price. X is your price in initial case. 200 by 16 by X will give you number of capsules that you will get in first case. If you divide your price by 6 rupees, meaning you will get 216 by X minus 6 number of capsules, where number of capsule difference is 3. Use the first step when you are asked to calculate number of capsules. Use second step when you are asked to calculate price of capture. Ardhamainda? Yes? Right. Next. Respective ratio of sum invested by Ram in scheme A and scheme B is 4:3. Scheme A offers compound interest at the rate of 20% per annum annually. So how much interest you will get using compound interest at 20% per annum for 2 years? 44. X% plus x square by 100. Right, 44% interest you will get. 44% of what? 44% of what? 4 parts. Next. In scheme B offers simple interest at 12% per annum. If the difference between interest earned by him from scheme A and from scheme B after 2 years, interest rate in scheme B is 12% simple interest, then what is simple interest for 2 years? 24%. 24% of what? 3 parts. In scheme A you will get 44% of 4 parts. 44 4 times. 176% of P. Take this as 400% and 300%, okay? Matladru. 44% of 400 is 176%. Next 24% of this number, 72%. Difference 104%. 104% is the difference in percentage. In terms of rupees, that is 1248. You are asked to calculate sum invested in scheme A, which is a what percentage? 400%. 4 parts and 3 parts treated as 400% and 300%. Yes. 104 how many times? 12 times. 400 12 times? 4800. Got it? Next. A deposited 6,205 in scheme A offering simple interest at 5% per annum for 2 years, at x% per annum for 2 years. B deposited the same sum, principal in scheme B is also 6,205 as A in another scheme offering simple interest at the rate of x by 3% per annum for 3 years. Now, let's say in scheme A I have 100% investment. On x% per annum for how many years? We have given it 2 years. So what interest you will get? 2x%. How much interest you will get? 2x%. And in scheme B also we have same principle, that is 100%. Rate of interest is x by 3%, but that is given for 3 years. Simple interest for 3 years at x by 3% per annum, x%. And scheme A, 2x. And scheme B, x. Difference, x%. Yes, right. And the difference between A, interest earned by scheme A and scheme B was approximately 994. What is the approximate value of x? Just now we got difference in interest in scheme A and in scheme B is x%, which is equal to 994. So now we need to calculate 994 forms what percent of this particular number. Am I right? What is 10%? 620. What is 5%? 310. If you add both, how much you are getting? 930. But our interest is more than 930. So more than 15%, but less than 20%. Because 10% is 620, 20% will be 1240. Correct? Rate of interest is more than 15, less than 20. Look at your options. Only one. Got it? A vessel contains a mixture of milk and water in which milk was 80%. 3/4 of this mixture was taken out and 10 liters of water added to it. See how much quantity is taken out? Matladali. How much quantity? 3/4. Then remaining quantity? 1/4. What is milk percentage in initial container? So in leftover quantity 3/4 also milk will be 80% and remaining also milk will be 80%. Now let me take total quantity as 100%, 3/4 gone. Now we have only 25%. Out of 25%, you know that milk occupies 80%, then water will be 20%. What is 20% of 20? 5%. Then remaining 20 will be milk only. And again you are adding 10 liters of water. You are adding 10 liters of water. Now continue. If the percentage of milk in the resultant mixture was 60%, now if you have 60% milk, then remaining 40% goes to? Remaining 40% goes to water. Now, what was the initial quantity of milk in the mixture? Now, fine. So now they are saying in remaining quantity, now the quantity left in our container is this thing. Water is 5% plus 10 liters and milk is 20%. In this particular thing, if milk occupies 60%, they are saying, meaning 20% is equal to 60%. Correct? 20% is equal to 60%. How many times? Then 5% becomes 15%. Correct? So now you have 60% and 15%. How much we got? 75. Then this must be equal to 25%. Yes or no? If 25% is equal to 10 liters, 25% is equal to 10 liters, then this total quantity is 100%, that must be equal to 40 liters. Getting my point? 25% is equal to 10 liters. Then leftover quantity is total 100%, which is equal to 40 liters. Am I right? Now, out of total quantity, the total amount is equal to 25% only. Come on. Then total quantity must be 120 liters. Sorry. Coming. This 40 liters is including extra 10 liters water. If you delete that extra 10 liters, how much quantity will be there? 30 liters, which is 25% of total quantity. Then total quantity must be equal to 100%, which is 4 times of 30, that is 120 liters. Out of 120 liters, milk occupies 80%. 80% of 120 liters is equal to 96. అర్థమైందా కాలేదా? టోటల్ 100x అనుకోండి. ఎంత తీసేశారు? పర్సెంటేజ్లో చెప్పండి. 100x లోంచి 75% పోయింది అంటే మిగిలేది ఎంత? 25x. అంతేనా? ఈ 25xలో ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి? వాటర్ ఎంత పర్సెంట్ ఉంటుంది? 20% ఆఫ్ 25x ఎంత? 5x. అంటే మరి మిల్క్ ఎంత ఉంటుంది? 20x. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేశారు దీనికి? ఎక్స్ట్రా 10 లీటర్స్ యాడ్ చేశారు. యాడ్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఈ 20x అనేది ఎంత అయిపోయింది? 60% అయిపోయింది. 20x 60% అయింది అని అంటే మరి 5x ఎంత అవుతుంది? 15% అవుతుంది. అంటే మొత్తం ఎంత ఉంది ఇప్పుడు పర్సెంటేజ్లో? 75. మరి మిగిలిన 25% ఏంటి? మిగిలిన 25% 10 లీటర్స్. సో ఈ 10 లీటర్స్ అనేది 25% అవుతుంది. అంతేనా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? రైట్. ఇప్పుడు 25x అంటే ఎక్స్క్లూడింగ్ 10 లీటర్సేగా. కమాన్. ఇఫ్ 25% is equal to 10 liters, what is 100%? What is 100%? 40 liters. 40 liters is including extra 10 liters of water. If you want to have 25x, you should exclude 10 liters. Then this becomes 30 liters. If 25x is equal to 30 liters, 100x becomes 120 liters. Out of 120 liters, 80% is occupied by milk. Then milk is equal to 80% of 120, that is 96. Clear? Next. A and B started a business. At the end of 4 months from the start of the business, C and D joined. The respective ratio between the investments of A, B, C, D was 6894. If C's share in the annual profit was 500 more than the average share of B and D, what was the total annual profit received? Right. Now 6894, what are those values? Investments of A and B. Who started the business? After 4 months, C and D joined. So A and B will be there for 12 months, but C and D will be there for only 8 months because they joined after 4 months. Cancellation with 8, because you could see 3 8s. 8, 8, 8. Cancellation with 8 is equal to cancellation with 2 and 4. 2 how many times? 3 times. 4 how many times? 3 times. Any more cancellations? No. So A gets 9 parts, B 12 parts, C 9 parts, D 4 parts. Now they are saying C is getting 500 rupees more than average share of B and D. How many parts is C getting? 9 parts. Average of B and D? 8 parts. So 9 parts is how much more than 8 parts? 1 part, which is equal to 500. Your question is to identify total share received by A, B, C, D. Come on, look at there. A plus C plus B 30 plus D 34 parts is equal to how much? So 34 into 500. Instead of multiplying with 500, we'll multiply with 1000 and make it half. Correct? 500 to multiply 8 manna, 1000 to multiply AC half cheytam manna okatena. Right. So 34,000 and half of that 17,000. Done. Clear? Next. Ali keeps aside X rupees from his monthly salary for investing in PPF. Mind lo record avali. So in PPF he is investing X rupees per month. His total investment in a year in PPF is equal to 20% of his yearly salary. But previous statement is about monthly, but now this is about yearly. In a year, out of his total income, if he is spending 20% in PPF, monthly also he will spend the same percentage. 20% is equal to X rupees. Then 100% is equal to 5X rupees. 100% is equal to 5X rupees. This is monthly salary. This is monthly salary. Next, continue. He spends 30% on various expenses and gives 20% to his wife from the remaining monthly salary. See, monthly salary is 5X. Out of 5X, he is investing X rupees in PPF. Then remaining 4X. Out of 4X, out of remaining 4X, 30% he is investing on something, 20% on some other thing, total 50%. 50% of what? 4X. That is 2X. 2X is our remaining 2X. Continue. Continue. If out of his monthly salary, he is still left with 24,000. 24,000. How much does he invest in PPF in a year? How much is left in terms of X? 2X. 2X, which is equal to 24,000. Then monthly PPF is how much? X. Monthly PPF is X. Why are you going for monthly income? Is it required for us? No. Your question is about yearly PPF. If you can calculate monthly PPF, multiplied by 12 will give you answer. You know monthly income is, monthly PPF investment is X rupees. Leftover amount is 2X, which is equal to 24,000. Then X is equal to 12,000 per month. Per year it is into 12. 12 12s, 144, 3 zeros. First option answer. Repeat. Should I repeat? Next. Population of a year A, village A, and that of village B is 5220 and 4825 respectively. They are saying population, so which includes both male female. Number of female in both the villages are equal. In here are 3420 male in village A. See, with respect to village A, do we know total population? If you know total population, minus male will give you female population in village A. And in village B also same number of female will be there. So with respect to village B, you can calculate female count, and you also know total population in village B, so that we can calculate male in village B. Male in village B. Right. Now what is your question? Number of male in village A are approximately what percent more than those in village B? Right. Now in village A, total population is 5220 and in village B 4000 entamma 4825. Now male in village A is 3420. These are male in village A. Then difference of 3420 and 5220 will give you female count, which is equal to, in village A and village B female are equal, then that is equal to 1800. Then difference of 1800 and 4825 will give you male count. Yes. How much is that? 3025. Now what is your question? Male population in village A is what percent more than in village B? So that is about 3420 and 3025. 3420 is how much more than 3025? Come on. 3 is what percent of 3025 into 100? Correct. What is 10% of denominator? 302. 0.5. Forget about 0.5, no issue, because you are asked to calculate anyway approximation. 10% is 302. Your numerator is how much more than 302? Approximately 90, which is 3% of denominator. So total numerator is 10% plus 3%, total 13%. Third option answer. In key it is given wrong option. In key it is given wrong option. Answer is 13. Next, A's age 16 years ago is equal to C's age 6 years hence. At present, the respective ratio between A's present age is 13:7. B is 2 years younger than C. What is the sum of the present ages of A, B, C? Right. A evaru? Nenu. Okay. A nenu. C Meeru. First line చూడండి. A's age 16 years back. My age 16 years back will be equal to C's age after 6 years. Yes or no? Meaning, who is elder, A or C? So if I subtract 16 years from my present age, that will be equal to your age after 6 years. Then what is age difference between A and C? I am going 16 years back and you have to add 6 years. Total difference 22 years. Yes or no? Who is elder? A. Right. Now continue. There is one more person, B. Okay. Ratio between A's percentage and B's percentage is given as 13:7. Next, B is 2 years younger than C. So B is your brother. Younger brother or elder brother? Younger brother. With respect to A and C, what is our age difference? And with respect to your younger brother, what will be age difference between A and your younger brother be? 20, 24. In terms of ratio, A and B are in the ratio 13:7. A's age is 6 parts more than B. And in terms of years, that is equal to 24. Then A percentage is 13 parts. 13 4 times. 6 4 times is 24. 13 4 times. 52. Double double. B's percentage is 7 parts. 7 4 times. 20. C is how many years more than B? 2. If B is 28 years, C must be 30 years. Then what is sum of A's age, B's age and C's age? Come on. 1, 10, that's it. Come on. There is a circular garden inside a square plot in such a way that the circular garden touches the edges of the plot. Can you visualize this? Can you visualize this? There is a circular garden in a square where edges of circle touches the sides of the square. Yes or no? So this is something like this. Antenamma? Right? What is this called for square? What is this called for square? Side. Yes or no? Length of the side and this both will be same? With respect to circle, what is that called? What is that called? Diameter. Right. Now, what is this called for square, for circle? Radius. Finally, what is your question? Adigindentabba. Area of the square plot. I don't need information at all. You know radius of circle should be what multiple? So radius can be 7 or 7 multiple, you are saying. Yes or no? Can you tell me 7 multiples? 7 multiples. 7, 14, 21, like that. These can be values for radius. Yes or no? But now this is about diameter. Correct? If radius is 7, diameter must be 14. Diameter of this circle should be equal to side of the square. If diameter is 14, then square area, come on, do you have 196 in options? That can be your answer, just hold it. That can be your answer, hold it. Okay. Next possibility for radius. Next possibility for radius. Come on. If radius is 14, then diameter. If diameter is 28, then what is the square area? 28 square. 28 square will be in suppose 700s. Look at your options. Do you have any number which is in 700s? Do you need to verify any other possibility for radius? Only option available? Done. 196. Got it? Are we using 2310 and 15 rupees per square meter? Are we using that information? No. You know something. You have some basic knowledge. With that itself we can answer the question, especially areas and volumes. Come on. The time taken by train A running at 72 km per hour to cross a platform of length 360 meters is equal to the time taken by train B running at 90 km per hour to cross the same platform if the length of the train A is half of the length of train B. What is the length of train A? Now, if train A length is x, then train B length becomes, come on, 2x. If a train crosses a platform, distance travelled in that particular case should be equal to train length plus platform length, correct? So train length x plus platform length 360. This must be equal to distance, which is equal to speed into time. How much is the speed? 72. But for the entire question, what is equal? What is equal? Time is same. Am I right? So time taken to cover 360, time taken to cover x plus 360 meters with a speed of 72 km per hour is equal to time taken by train B to cover the same platform. Yes or no? What is length of train B? 2x. And distance covered by train B in that case becomes train B length plus 360. But train B is moving at what speed? 90. Both are 18 multiples. 18 4 times. 18. Come on. 18 5 times. Right. Can I take it as, Sarle, 4 parts and 5 parts? Can I take it as 4 parts and 5 parts? సరే లేదు అంటే క్రాస్ మల్టిప్లికేషన్కి వెళ్ళాలి, మీ ఇష్టం అది. Just go for cross multiplication. 5x plus 360 5 times is equal to 8x plus 4 into 360. 8x 5x difference 3x, which is equal to 5 360 times minus 4 360 times, which is equal to 360. Then x is equal to 120. This is length of train. Got it? అయితే నేను ఇందాక మీకు చెప్పాలి అని అనుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ దిస్ యాజ్ 4 parts and then 5 parts, 5 parts by 4 parts is equal to 2x plus 360 by x plus 360. Left hand side numerator is how much more than left hand side denominator? Right hand side x. If one part is equal to x, 4 parts becomes 4x. Already you have x, then it must be equal to 3x. 3x is 360, x is 120. Done. Okay now? You want me to discuss this? Anybody? 76. First one. Out of the total number of bakery items sold, bakeries A and B sold 25% and 20% savory items respectively. What was the average number of sweet items sold by both the bakeries? Okay. Now, this is total 80,000 bakery items sold by 6 bakeries. And out of 80,000, percentage segregation is given. And all those items are either savory and sweet. Now, A is selling 15%, B is selling 10%. 15% of 80,000, how much is that? 10% plus 5%, what is 10%? 8,000, half, 4,000, total 12,000. So A is selling 12,000, B is selling 10%, which is 8,000, right? So in bakery A, total 12,000 items were sold, which will have both savory and sweet. Now look at your question again. A is, from bakery A, savory items were 25%, and from bakery B, 20%. So A is selling 25% of savory. 25% in the sense 1/4. What is 1/4? 3,000. Then sweet items are 9,000. Sweet items are 9,000. From bakery B, 20% occupy savory. 20% of 8,000, 1,600. Then remaining 6,400. Now, what is your question? Average number of sweet items sold by both the bakeries. Total number of sweet items sold 15,400. But you are asked to calculate average. 77 00. Anybody, any other question? Anything else? Come on, come on. Come on. What is this? Data? Data sufficiency. Data sufficiency. Be careful. Sometimes we will also have data redundancy. If it is data sufficiency, to answer the question what information is required, that's what we need to concentrate. If it is data redundancy, what information is not required, that is what we need to concentrate. Okay, come on. Data sufficiency here. What is C's share out of total annual profit earned by A, B, C together? Now, when can you answer this question? If you know A, B, C profit sharing ratio, and as you need to answer C's share, you also need to know annual profit. Cకి ఎంత డబ్బులు వెళ్తున్నాయో తెలియాలి అని అంటే మొత్తం ఎంత ప్రాఫిటో తెలియాలి కదా. ఆ తర్వాత ఆ ప్రాఫిట్ని ఏబీసీ ఏ రేషియోలో షేర్ చేసుకోవాలో కూడా తెలియాలి. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు నో ప్రాఫిట్ షేరింగ్ రేషియో, హౌ డు వి క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఇట్? By knowing their investment multiplied by time ratio. Right, come on. A invested 2/7 of total investment made by ABC together. Total annual profit earned by ABC together is 6,960. Correct? Now, from this, what can be decided? As A is investing 2/7 of total investment, A should get 2/7 of total profit. Correct? Right. Total profit in the sense, how much is that? 6,960. Out of 6,960, A should get 2/7 because he is investing 2/7. Next, is this sufficient to answer the question? Your question is about C. If it is about A, you can answer here. Next, amount invested by B was 5/8 of the amount invested by A. All of them invested money for equal period of time. Is 2 alone sufficient to answer the question? Is 2 alone sufficient? No, because how much is invested by A? Do you have that? No, that is not there in information 2. Correct? 9. If you know A's investment, out of that 5/8 is invested by B. A's investment is given in first information. As he invested 2/7, he will get 2/7 of 6,960. Come on. So can we calculate A's profit? Come on. And as they all have invested for equal period of time, and B's investment is 5/8 of A's investment, 5/8 of A's profit is also equal to B's profit. So can we calculate B's profit? Out of total profit, if you subtract these two, can we calculate C profit? You don't have to calculate it manually and need not to get the number. Just make sure whether you can get the number or not. We will get A profit. Using that, 5/8 goes to B profit, then remaining goes to C profit. Can we answer this? When can we answer? By using both information. So both are required to answer the question. Be careful with data sufficiency about your instructions. These may change from question to question. For every question, this particular combination may change. Okay, right. Have you guys seen RRB have you got information about RRB notification? RRB NTPC. How many vacancies were there? 1,30,000. దీని గురించి ఎప్పుడన్నా నేను ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పానా? ఎన్ని రోజుల క్రితం? Almost a 1 month. Almost a month back. Did I told you or not? అప్పుడు నేను చెప్పినప్పుడు ఎంత అని చెప్పాను? నాకు తెలిసిన నెంబర్ని హాఫ్ చేసి రాస్తున్నానని చెప్పి మరీ 50,000 రాశా. గుర్తుందా? నాకు తెలిసిన నెంబర్ చెప్పడానికి భయం వేస్తుంది నాకు, అది మీరు నమ్ముతారో నమ్మరో అని డౌట్గా ఉంది, అందుకని సగం చేసి రాస్తున్నానని 50,000 రాశా. గుర్తొచ్చిందా? ఎస్. అంటే మరి నాకు తెలిసిన నెంబర్ ఎంత అయి ఉండాలి అప్పుడు? సరిపోయిందా లెక్క? దగ్గరికి వచ్చిందా? మాట్లాడరు. ఇది మీకు 1 month బ్యాకే చెప్పా, రెడీ అవ్వండి అని. ఆర్ఆర్బి ఫ్రీ క్లాసులు పెడతాము మార్నింగ్ టైంలో అని చెప్పి కూడా చెప్పా. స్టార్ట్ చేసి కూడా ఎన్ని వీక్స్ అయింది ఆర్ఆర్బి స్టార్ట్ చేసి, బ్యాచ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసి? 10 days అయిపోయిందమ్మా. 15 days అంటే దానికి ముందు ప్రాసెస్ ఒక 1 week జరిగి ఉంటుంది. రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ నెంబర్లు కలెక్ట్ చేయటము, ఐడి కార్డులు తయారు చేయటము, బ్యాచ్ డేట్ అనౌన్స్ చేయడానికి 1 week. సో 3 వారాల క్రితం స్టార్ట్ చేసాం. టు బీ ఫ్రాంక్, మోర్ దెన్ 450 స్టూడెంట్స్ 2019 నిజంగా సీరియస్గా ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యి వచ్చిన ప్రతి నోటిఫికేషన్లో ఎలిజిబిలిటీ చెక్ చేసుకొని ఎగ్జామ్కి అప్లై చేసి సీరియస్గా ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాయండి. ప్రతి దానికి మేము ఎగ్జామ్స్ పెడతాం, ఫర్ ష్యూర్, నో డౌట్, డౌటే లేదు దానిలో. ఎగ్జామ్స్ పెడతాం, ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాసుకోండి, 19 end కల్లా ఉద్యోగం తెచ్చుకుని వెళ్ళిపోతారు. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు మేక్ ఇట్ ఎ మెమరబుల్ ఇయర్ ఫర్ యూ, డూ వాట్ ఐ సెడ్. ఓకేనా? నెక్స్ట్ 82. What is the market price of the table? The difference between cost price and market price of the table is 180. Using this information, can we calculate market price? When a discount of 20% is offered, the profit earned is 26%. Using 2 alone, can we calculate? Come on. Using 2, what can be calculated? Using 2 alone, what is that you can calculate? By what percentage is market price marked above the cost price? Market price is what percent of cost price? That's what you can calculate. Hori naina. When there is 20% discount, selling price is equal to 80% of market price, and in that particular case there is a profit of 26%, then selling price is equal to 126% of cost price. Can we calculate 100% of market price here? Yes or no? Yes, we can calculate. Correct? Right. So 2 alone is not sufficient, 1 alone is also not sufficient. But use first one. Difference between cost price and market price is 180. So you know that you'll get some percentage here. So this is market price in terms of cost price. Cost price itself is 100%. So if cost price is 100%, you know that market price will be in some percentage using previous step. This difference is given as 180. Can we calculate cost price and market price separately? Can we do it? Yes. So when can we answer the question? Using both. Next, what is the value of sum of x square and y square? The value of x square by 7 minus x by 12 by 7 is equal to 0. Will you get answer? Come on. Using this, can you calculate x value? Using this, can we calculate x value? Obviously. Next, but not 1 alone is sufficient. The sum of x and y is 9. The sum of reciprocals of x and y is 1 by 2. So here you have x plus y is 9, 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 1 by. How many variables are there? How many equations are there? Using this, can we calculate individual values for x and y? Is 2 alone sufficient to answer x square plus y square? Is it possible? Yes. Should I tell you one more thing? You don't have to calculate individual values of x comma y. Your question is x square plus y square is equal to how much, correct? This is equal to x plus y whole square minus 2xy, minus 2xy. You know x plus y, 1 by x plus 1 by y. No, you have to solve it, I think. Is equal to 1 by 2, right? From this, from the second one alone, x plus y by xy is equal to 1 by 2. Antele, solve cheyali. Anyway. Will you get answer using 2 alone or not? Yes, done. Next. Amma? Any doubt, anybody? What is the area of the circle? The sum of circumference and diameter of the circle is equal to the perimeter of equilateral triangle whose side is 116. What is 116? Side of the equilateral triangle. Then what is perimeter? 3 times of it. What is that? 3 times of it. And that is equal to sum of circumference and diameter of circle. Circumference in the sense pi d, and diameter is equal to 3 times of 116. Can we calculate diameter? If you know diameter, can we calculate radius? If you know radius, can we calculate pi r square, which is area of the circle? So is 1 alone sufficient to answer the question? Yes. Next. Difference between circumference and diameter of the circle is 180. Difference between circumference and diameter of circle is 180. Can we get answer using 2 alone? Come on. Just be careful. What do you mean by difference of a comma b? Difference of a comma b, largest number minus smallest number, yes or no? Now they are saying this is difference between circumference and diameter. Which is more? Do you know that? Is circumference more or diameter more? Do you know that? Don't know. Me pade. Circumference in the sense just now discussed pi d, diameter d. Obviously pi d is more than d. This is given as some number 180 maybe. Using this, can we calculate d value? Then pi r square also possible? Yes. How much time will train M take to cross train N running in opposite direction? What is that you need to calculate? Time. If a train crosses another train, distance covered by the train is equal to length of train 1 plus length of train 2. Then time will be equal to distance by speed. In which direction they are moving? If they are moving in opposite direction, you must go for relative speed S1 plus S2. S1 plus S2. So you need to know sum of their train lengths, and you also need to know sum of their train speeds. Come on. Train M can cross a pole in 9 seconds. Do you know length of train M? If you know train M length, we can calculate its speed. Correct? If you know its speed, then we can calculate its length. But that is not there in first one. Come on. Next. Respective ratio of speeds of train M and N is 2:3. The sum of the lengths of train M and N is 450. Is 2 alone sufficient to answer the question? Sum of train M and train N lengths given in 2 or not? Come on. Amma last lo entidi? Sum of their train lengths? Right? Will you get answer? No. Because you need to know S1 plus S2 either in kilometer per hour or in meter per second, but into what is there? Ratio is there. Is this sufficient for us? You need to know their speeds in kilometer per hour or meter per second. Using just ratio, can we get answer? No way. Getting my point? Sure? Right. So 1 alone not sufficient, 2 alone not sufficient. 1 and 2 together? 1 and 2 together? Not sufficient. Next. Come on, 3 by 4. 9 by 16 divided by 5 by denominator and denominator. In denominator, if you have 5 by 8, when I take that to numerator, it becomes 8 by 5. Correct? Inside bracket, if you look at denominators, you have 4 and 16. So I want to multiply first ratio 3 by 4, numerator and denominator with 4. So that becomes 12 by 16. 12 by 16 minus 9 by 16. 3 by 16 into 8 by 5. 3 how many times? 2 times. 3 by 10 in the sense 0.3. Take this value to right hand side, that becomes minus 357.4. Emma. Both the negative values in right hand side. 500, 300. Come on. 800. 6157. 118. Already you have 800. 800 plus 118. 918. 0.8, 0.4. 1.2. So already you have 8 there. 918 plus 1.2, 919.2. You need to subtract it from 948. Instead of this, let us subtract 920. Let us subtract 920 and then we will add 0.8. If you subtract 920, you will have 28 and add 0.8. That becomes 28.8, which is equal to 1.8 into x square. Left hand side and right hand side, after decimal there is only one number, one digit. So you can treat it as 18 and right hand side number as 288. Okay na? 18 how many times? One time. One time. And there is something else. One time and there is something else, which is equal to x square. So there is only one square value in between 10 and 20, which is 4 square. X is equal to 4. అర్థమైందా? 1 తర్వాత ఇంకొక డిజిట్ వస్తుంది అని తెలుసు, అదేంటో కూడా నాకు అవసరంలా. దట్ కెన్ బి 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And you also know that one more point, there is a square. So between 11 to 19, there is only one square value, 16. If x square is 16, x becomes 4. So you don't have to waste your time in identify that second number. Okay na? 20s లో కూడా ఒకటేగా ఉండేది. 20s లో కూడా ఒకటే కదమ్మా ఉండేది. 30s లో మాట్లాడరు ఒకటి, 40s లో ఒకటే, 50s లో కూడా ఎక్కడ ఒకటి, ఎక్కడ ఒకటి. 50s లో ఏ స్క్వేర్ ఉంది చెప్పు? 50 ఎక్కడుంది? లేదుగా. నువ్వు భయపడుతున్నావు. నిజంగా భయపడుతున్నావా అట్లా నటిస్తున్నావా? 50s లో స్క్వేర్ లేదు కదా. 60s లో ఉంది, అవునా? 70s నో, మళ్ళీ 80s లో ఉంది, 90s లేదు, అవునా? ఇదైతే కాదు, 100% ష్యూర్. పెద్దగా ఉన్నట్టుంది. తప్పదు, చేయాల్సిందే. పోతుంది, పోదు, అవ్వదు, అవ్వదు, అవ్వచ్చు, అవ్వచ్చు. రైట్, there is no other option, we have to calculate. Come on, just a minute. 7 17 times మాట్లాడాలి. రైట్, 17 10 times. Apart from 170, how much more we have? 102. 17 6 times is 102. So this is total how many times? 16 times. 13 times. 13 15 times. 15 twos 30. 30 cancel, right hand side you will have 10. Avuna? Now left hand side denominator we have 13 into 16. 13 into 16 ends with 8, and right hand side you have already 10, so your answer should end with 80. There is only one. Final answer is 13 into 16 into 10. Verify last digit. 3 into 6 8 and then a 0, 80. That 16 threes 48 can be written as 12 into 4. 48 cube also can be written as 12 cube into 4 cube by 12 square into 9 by 6 cube. 6 cube can be written as 2 cube into 3 cube. Correct na? 12 square 12 cube cancel and you will have 12 there. Matladru. 4 cube by 2 cube, in the sense you will have 2 cube here. 9 anna 3 square anna okatena. 3 square by 3 cube cancel and you will have 3 there. 3 how many times? 4 times, which is 2 square. 2 square into 2 cube, 2 power 5. Okay, I will stop after this. Can we write this number as 91 by 2? Hey, come on, 91 by 2. So I want to write this number as 6370 by 91 by 2. That comes to numerator, denominator and denominator, plus 5 cube 125 minus 3185 by 13. Forget about 0 in 6370. 91 how many times? 7 times, and then you have a 0. Come on, 72 times. 140 plus 125 265. Come on, 13 how many times? 2 times. 13 how many times? 2 times. 26. 58 you have. 58 in the sense 4 times and then 5 times. 20 answer. Okay na?